All right, let's jump right in. Today we're talking about something called complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS. But we're not just looking at the medical diagnosis. We're focusing on something that can be just as powerful as any treatment, the huge role that family and friends play in someone's journey back to health.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll get a handle on what CRPS is and why it's such a tough fight. Then, we'll look at how family and friends can either get caught in or help break a nasty cycle of pain. And finally, we'll talk about how to build a support system that really truly works.
This quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. It completely changes the way we should think about this. It's not one person's lonely battle. It's a journey for everyone involved. The people providing support aren't just on the sidelines, they are a core part of the story.
Okay, first things first. To really get how to help, you've got to understand what you're up against, what this battle actually looks and feels like.
So what exactly is CRPS? Well, think of it like this. The body's reaction to an injury, sometimes a really minor one, just goes completely haywire. The nervous system gets stuck in on mode, sending pain signals that are just brutally out of proportion. We're talking burning, stabbing pain, plus other weird symptoms like swelling, skin color changes, all from something that should have healed long ago.
And this is probably the single biggest challenge. CRPS is an invisible illness. Someone can be feeling a level of pain that is completely off the charts, totally derailing their life. But to the outside world, they can look perfectly fine. And that gap between how they feel and how they look is where so much hurt comes from. Disbelief, judgment, and those awful words, "but you don't look sick."
And that invisibility, it's what kicks off this really damaging, vicious cycle, a downward spiral that, thankfully, good support can absolutely help to break.
And you can see exactly how this spiral works. It starts with the actual physical symptoms. The pain is real and debilitating. But because others can't see it, disbelief creeps in. That leads to feeling judged, so the person starts to pull away, to isolate themselves. Of course, that causes huge psychological distress. And here's the absolute kicker. That stress and isolation physically make the pain experience worse. It's a brutal feedback loop.
So that's the big question, right? How do we stop this? How do we break this cycle? Well, the first line of defense, the place where we can make the biggest difference, starts right at home, with family.
This is such a powerful way to reframe things. It's not you versus your loved one and their illness. No, it's you, your loved one, and the doctors. You're all on one team. And the pain, the CRPS, that's the common enemy you're all fighting together. Shifting that mindset is a total game changer.
But, and this is a really important but, how do you help without, accidentally making things worse? It's a real fear. You want to do everything you can, but there's this tricky thing sometimes called the support paradox, where our best intentions can actually backfire.
So look at the difference here. On one side, you've got autonomy supportive help. That means encouraging them, asking what they need, fighting with them. On the other side, you have overprotective help. That's when you start taking over all their tasks, which sounds nice, but it can undermine their confidence and make them feel helpless. The key is talking, constantly. How can I help you do this? Is way better than, here, let me do that for you.
Okay, so that's family. Now let's zoom out a bit to the wider circle of friends, because they play a huge part in fighting that isolation we were just talking about.
And if you're a friend, you've probably been here, right? You desperately want to help, but you're so scared of saying or doing the wrong thing that you might end up doing nothing at all. So, let's get super practical about what actually helps.
This table is basically your cheat sheet. And rule number 1, the absolute most important thing, just believe them, period. After that, it's about being active, not passive. Don't just say, "I'm sorry." Instead, offer specific help, like, "Can I pick up your groceries on Tuesday?" Listen to the messy parts, don't just shut down. And be flexible. If they have to cancel plans, don't get mad. Just say, "No problem, we'll try again another time."
And look, it's easy to dismiss all this as just, oh, be a nice person. But it is so much more than that. The research is crystal clear. This kind of social support has a real, measurable, and powerful impact on the healing process itself. I mean, the benefits are huge. We're talking about less psychological distress, lower rates of anxiety and depression, and a better chance of sticking with really tough physical therapy programs. And when that support comes from peers, other people who get it, It provides a sense of validation that you just can't get anywhere else. It's life-changing.
Okay, this is where it gets mind-blowing. This isn't just about feeling better in your head. The right kind of support, the kind that makes you feel safe, believed, and optimistic, actually creates a physical environment inside your body that helps the brain retune itself. It can literally help rewire the faulty pain signals. It's a direct catalyst for neurological recovery.
And that is why you always hear about a multidisciplinary team. It's not just jargon. You need the pain docs and the physical therapists for the body. You need a psychologist for the mind and coping skills. When that whole professional team is in place, it takes the pressure off. It frees up family and friends to do what only they can do, provide that unshakable social and emotional support that underpins everything else.
Okay, so let's tie all of this together. How do we build a support network that's not just helpful for a week, but is actually strong and resilient enough to last for the long haul? And this quote, this is for the supporters. You have to remember this. Being a caregiver, a supportive friend, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Burnout is real, and if you run yourself into the ground, you can't help anyone. So taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's a necessary part of the strategy.
So here's the bottom line, the key takeaways. If you're the one living with CRPS, your job is to educate the people around you, be as clear as you can about what you need, and find your tribe of people who get it. And if you're a supporter, your job is simple but vital. Believe them. Learn what you can, offer specific help, and please, please take care of yourself too.
And that leaves us with this one big question to think about. In our constant search for the next medical breakthrough, the next magic pill, what if one of the most powerful treatments for chronic pain isn't a thing at all? What if it's found simply in belief, in empathy, and in how we choose to treat each other? That's something to really consider. Thanks for joining me.